Hey, we're live. I did set up the stream to the right channel.
All right.
Jonathan, how you doing? Do you want to do our usual intro here?
Well, yeah, all right. Hello and welcome to. Well, this isn't an episode of Those Aren't Biscuits, but it's our channel, not Biscuits, and we're doing stuff live for you,
Yeah, we're playing some
the
Cuphead.
viewer. Yeah, we're playing Cuphead, but we're not just playing. Oh no, we are competing.
Yeah, should we start loading things up and get to the islands so the cutscenes will play and all that jazz?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to my third slot. Hello to Rickduff0527. Hello to Sinister Minister. So John and I actually live on different continents, if you didn't know.
Yeah. We do.
I love this opening, this little storybook opening. So we can't actually play Cuphead together because it doesn't have multiplayer, which is lame.
Yeah, it doesn't have online multiplayer.
Oh, hello, Rickduff says, oh, your mic is breaking up a bit.
Oh.
I have gabbled audio. Hold on, let me just remove my audio device and pop it back in again. That should work. Let me just sort it out. You guys tell me.
Yep. All right, and now what I mean by competing is we are going to race. We are racing in Cuphead. The first one to beat, what was it, Cagney Carnation?
Carnation, yeah.
Yep, is the winner. And they get all the biscuit pride. Or
Biscuit
not pride. We get the biscuit bragging rights.
Sweet. Okay, guys, I'm back. Could you just tell me if my audio is still gabbled? In fact, I can listen, but I'll get a little bit of double audio if I do. Okay, guys, I'm back. Could you just tell me if my... Oh, okay.
So,
my audio is still gabbled. I know exactly what I have to do for this. I actually have to close off and quickly start it again. So
okay.
I'll be back in just a moment. The stream should resume.
All right. So
I'm
going
to stop for a second, so they won't be able to hear you.
Okay. So I'm not gonna keep going. So it happens here.
Okay, guys, we should be back. How is my audio sounding now? Let me just take a listen to my own audio here. Okay, guys, we should... Hey, there we go. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
And if you could
you
just...
guys still hear me?
Oh, yeah, they should still be able to hear you. If you guys could just let me know if John is way louder than me or if the game audio is too quiet. You guys just give me the audio, and I'll just keep adjusting it as we go. So just let me know. And hopefully we'll get that sorted out. So, John, you keep talking. I'm going to keep skipping through this storybook intro, and we'll...
Okay, so, what I'm going to do is... Let's go, let me know when you go into the tutorial, alright?
Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to see who can beat Cagney Carnation first, right?
Yep.
That's
now,
pretty much
unfortunately,
it.
you won't be able to see my gameplay, but you'll have to take my word for it.
5 minutes into the stream, did it!
Done! Owned your ass!
And also apparently beat the world record. Okay, I'm talking to the kettle.
Sure.
What a fine pickle you boys have gotten into. I know you don't want to be pawns of the devil, but if you refuse, I can't bear to imagine. So where are you right now?
I am in the tutorial.
Alright, I will jump into the tutorial and then we go for this. Yeah? Okay, I'm about to press A on the tutorial. Should we go from that point on?
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, here we go. Let's do this!
Well, hold on. Get in there and just stand still.
Okay, I'm under the words that say the tutorial.
Okay. So, on the count of 3, we're gonna go, alright? We're gonna do the tutorial and go, alright?
Okay.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, and go!
Go! I have jumped. I have crouched.
Oh.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
Dash.
So I should say, by the way,
Yes,
I have played Cuphead before, but it's been a little while since I last played this. People will remember, I'm sure. Oh yeah, the parry slap.
Yep.
People will remember seeing these on my channel before, which is a little bit while since we last did this. I actually have some game audio here. I'm actually going to turn up my game audio at some point.
All right,
And
I am
clear.
through the tutorial.
I'm out the tutorial.
So am
I. Sinister Minister says, I'm still watching the Enterprise build. Yeah, I finally got that up today.
Hey, that's cool.
3.5 hours of fast
All right.
building.
Exit the house. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, we're gonna have a little problem here.
Oh?
Well, it sounds like on Windows, those loading screens are a little faster than...
Oh!
That's
yes!
fine. We'll make up for this on raw gameplay.
Right.
And as usual, feel free to drop in the chat, say hello, all those things. So I'm still loading to the island here.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I'm starting Forest Follies.
Dun, 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 dun. Come on, give me my coins. Thank you.
Run and gun! Ah!
I'm taking a different strategy. I'm going to Park Ryan's Emporium first to get my favorite gun.
What's your favorite gun?
If they got it, I like the Chaser. It's low powered, but I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the homing shot.
I like the rings.
Rick Tuffin says John might just win due to loading time. Possibly. Possibly. I also like the ones like a boomerang, you know?
Yeah.
Is it just called boomerang?
What I'm talking about. The rings.
Alright, shot B.
Like where to get the full effect you have to shoot the other way, the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's good. Alright, Forest Follies, let's do this. Joe, I think you guys are right. John may just win on on loading screens alone.
Oh, I'm okay with it. Oh, I died. Shit.
God, it's been a while since I did this.
All right. Well, here's your chance to catch up because I just died. So
that's my plan.
We're now on even playing field.
I'm trying to see if I can win by virtue of the fact that I've got way more practice of this than you.
Well, and you know the funny thing is, I keep on forgetting that this is a race already. I'm taking my time, like getting the, hitting the pink stuff, you know.
Oh, I've already forgotten how you. Oh, I died. I've already forgotten how you pop your super attacks.
Oh, how do you do that? B.
The Chaser's good for these run and gun levels because you can just hold down and go for it. When this game was first announced, I thought that the run and gun levels were going to basically be the game.
Right. I think a lot of people were under that impression.
But you know...
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't prefer it. I like the game, but I wouldn't actually...
I absolutely. I actually like the boss fights more than the run and gun.
Yeah, me too.
And I think
honestly,
I think that's honestly the general consensus on the game too, where people, which is funny because everyone was complaining about that, like, oh, it's a boss rush game. No one wants to play a boss rush game. But when the game came out, I was like, oh no, we actually like the bosses.
Oh damn it! I got the little steam machine killed, but I died.
Oh, god damn! I'm not doing well here.
Well, the run and gun levels are hard, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the first time I played this game, it took me, like, a day on this bit. I suck at the slap parry. That's any mission where the slap parry is a good, significant part of what you do. I suck at it. I like it as a mechanic. I'm just kind of terrible at it.
All right.
I've just actually done what I normally do with the slap parry stuff, which is I ran into it before I even got a chance to slap.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Oh, I'm so close. I can do this. I'm right there. Ah, got it. Beat it. Woo woo. One down. Here we go.
Oh, damn.
I am very competitive.
I got very close to the end, but I got eaten by the piranha plants towards the end.
And a B-, just like high school. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to go to the shop.
Good, that'll give me a chance to catch up.
God The voices in this game, though, creep me the hell out. Where's the...
Oh, no! No, no, no! I don't have time for these delays!
Here goes! But yeah, like, whenever you talk to anyone where it's like... Yeah, they just sound weird, man. Just...
They certainly do.
I don't like it.
I love pork rind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean, like, hello! Like, Jesus.
Oh, he's great.
Alright. Alright. Taking on the root pack.
Well, good luck, sir. I'm having an atrocious run here. I was doing okay. It's one of those games where you get stuck in a little loop. Like, I got to the machine first pretty quick, and then since I got there, like, once, I've died a lot every time. In kind of silly ways, you know?
Fuck you, potato.
Oh, the potato's easy.
Yeah. I think the onion's the easiest.
Oh, the onion's very easy. The carrot's a pain.
Yeah. Carrot's the worst.
Do you know what? I'd be doing better if I stopped trying to get these coins for absolutely no reason.
Mm-hmm. Fuck you, carrot.
Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! There's an entire possible chance you will completely thrash me. I'm still stuck on the stupid run and gun level, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I keep getting to the machine and then getting killed by the piranha plant afterwards. I am way out of practice.
Good evening, Sam Foreman. Good evening. Alright, well, I just beat the root pack, so...
Well done, sir. Oh my god, I just died completely unnecessarily on the thing again. Oh my god, what is going on? Exit to map. Is there a different level you can actually do before you do this thing? I think there is, isn't there? Why am I wasting time on this? Trying to remember
you still gotta get it done.
Oh, what? You actually have to do it? You don't have to beat Cagney Carnation?
I thought you had to beat it all anyways before
well,
you
no,
got
I mean
there.
you can do the root pack before you do that.
Mm.
I'll go do the root pack, and I'll fall back and see if I need to unlock it. I don't remember the route actually.
Good day for a well battle.
Okay. Alright, so I beat the root pack, now I gotta move down, and now it's Clip Joint Calamity, Ribby and Croaks.
It's one of my favorite early bosses.
Yeah.
The onion is like the best animation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's the one thing this game doesn't have that I always expected to have? It has
What's
no
that?
way to get HP back.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying. Fuck you, frogs. Oh. Come on. The background to this fight is really nice. Oh, come on.
Come on, come on. Oh!
Come on.
I'm doing way worse than I should. Do you know what I like in this game a lot, actually?
What's that?
I like the fact that after you do a level, it shows you how close you were to getting to the final objective.
Yeah.
Come on.
This whole stream is gonna be us going, come on.
Hello to Baroness Von Bonbon. How you doing?
It's a great name. Oh, I died right at the last minute.
I like the have you done the woman that attacks you from like the candy themed castle?
I did not enjoy that
Oh, I
fight
love
at
that
all.
one. I think I'll start catching up a little bit when I get back into the zone with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm already doing, like, it's weird because I'm doing way better with, like, the carrots and the root pack than I did the first time I played this. The first time I played this game, I did very, very rough with these guys. It took me a long time, but I was still kind of getting to grips with the game. This time, it's not taking me that long at all.
No. Oh.
Well, I am on my second attempt. I'm trying to remember where Cagney Carnation actually is. Alright, there we go. Root pack done. That's my first level actually completed.
There you go. Oh, come on.
So is Cagney Carnation even this way? I'm trying to remember where he is. I feel like he's up, isn't he? In which case, I
I think so.
You might have to do the run and gun for it. Let me see. This might have been a poorly chosen objective, because it might be that you can actually just run right past the run and gun and go get him.
I don't think so.
Let's take a look. Yeah, the root pack. Beautiful.
Oh, come on. You're probably gonna catch me with these frogs. For some reason, I'm having an issue here.
Oh, I'm thinking of Goopy Legrand. Well, I'm gonna go do Goopy Legrand.
Oh, good old Goopy.
We're not doing the simple versions, right? Because I've been picking regular.
Yeah, so have I.
If I'd been picking regular and you'd be picking simple, I'd be a little sad. Goopy Legrand I found surprisingly frustrating. First time I did him.
Which one is that one?
He's the blue blob that changes into things, and then just when you think you've got him beaten, the gravestone lands on you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah, well, he
what
just killed me.
What I had issues with is oh, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the airplane one. Where at the end, she turns into a moon.
Oh yeah.
That one was rough for me.
Beautifully animated again, but
Well, that one was actually there's been a few where it's some of the animation is just kind of unsettling,
yeah. The frog one's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, fuck off. Oh, come on! This game. I love this game, but fuck this game.
Yeah. Goopy Legrand punched me. I'm going this way because I don't remember where Cagney Carnation is, to be honest. So I'm taking this approach. We're racing to see who can defeat Cagney Carnation first, but this might not be the best chosen objective in the world.
Well, if you can find the faster path, then you win.
That's true.
I don't think it's that easy. I think you have to definitely do a bit first before you get the cake. Yeah, suck it, take it, frog, take it. Yeah, turn into a slot machine.
Isn't that how all the best fights go?
Yeah, you want to turn into a slot machine like a little amphibious bitch? Go for it. I don't care. I don't need you. I get very angry at this game. I love the game, but I do get legit upset with it.
Oh, I'm doing atrociously. I'm doing legitimately awful. I'm fighting Goopy Legrand, and he's kicking my ass. What's weird is it's one of those games where you don't there are upgrades in this game, but your power upgrades don't make you substantially stronger. You know what I mean? So the fact that later on in the game, I know I got to the point where I could do Goopily Grand pretty easily, suggests I did get better at the game.
Let's see here. Baroness von Bonbon says, the moon thing is Hildebert. She's my friend. Well, guess what, Baroness? I'm about to kill your friend. I'm going to do it. Can't stop me.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Okay. Maybe the goal should have just been to unlock the second island, you know?
Maybe.
How would you feel if someone just walked up to you on the streets like, "Oh, is that your friend? I'm gonna kill your friend." Just,
I'd be okay with it. If it was you.
Yeah, I was about to say, I guess it depends on the friend. What if it was bread?
Pretty sure he's already dead, to be honest.
Wow. On the inside?
I don't know. You haven't smelled him.
That's true. Why am I doing the mausoleum? I know I don't have to do this.
Oh, damn you! Damn you, Goopily Grand!
Damn you, Goopily Grand! You stole from my kin! Oh, the cute little tiny ghost! Oh, the cute little tiny ghost! And now it's dead. Or deader, I guess. So I'm curious. It's not out yet, but they have that DLC for Cuphead coming out.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, and they add the third character.
Well, she's the thing that's in the yeah.
I wonder if that means. Do you think there's gonna be 3 players then?
Oh, I doubt it. Hello, people at home watching me be terrible at Cuphead. How would you make that work? Like, that would be interesting. Like, I'm sure Cuphead's fun in 2-player. I'm really sad there isn't multiplayer, because it would seem to me that seems like a... Sorry, multiplayer. Online multiplayer. It would seem to me that's... I get... What bugs me is when developers say, oh, we developed for, like, a couch co-op experience. I get that.
Like, why? I'm like, why these days? Like, there's no... Like, I understand, like, couch co-op is a thing, but to be honest, it's not very reflective of, like, what gaming is, you know, anymore.
Right. I mean, the thing is, I think it's good that it's in there, because this is a great game if you were to play with your friends. I'm sure it's terrific. But why not just have the option to play it online, too, you know?
Oh, that's right. I have to... Okay, you do have to kill Goopily Grand. I couldn't find him for a second. Yeah.
Well, good. That means if I actually get defeated before you, I might theoretically be ahead. And thus, all my time going over here getting killed by Goopily Grand won't be a total waste.
Well, if you manage to kill him before I do.
Yeah, well, to be honest, that's... Oh, that's pretty dubious at this point.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Oh, this wasn't a good weapon for this. That's fine. Oh, god damn it, that thing always gets me.
Which thing?
Oh, when he jumps against the wall, I can never...
Oh, I'm
I can
okay
never
at
really
that bit.
judge that.
I'm okay at that bit. The bit I have trouble with is... Whoa! His transformations. When he changes into the punching thing, I'm always stuck on the wrong side. You know what I mean?
Right. Die! Die, Goopily Grand! Got him. First try. Yeah.
Oh, he got me again. I'm not doing great.
For those of you just joining us, you're listening to me being awesome. Hello, Liz. Welcome. Rick Defense says, "Dang you to heck." Yep, you absolutely have to beat Cuphead Race at least.
Working on it.
Okay, now I can get my aeroplane.
Oh, there we go. I got him down to the gravestone. I hadn't managed that.
I'll give you. Oh, you probably okay.
Oh yeah, that's fine. The gravestone's just about knowing that he has that extra phase. Really, it's not too difficult.
All right, I'm about to kill Hindenburg or Hildeberg.
Hindenburg, gotta kill Hindenburg
Again.
Oh, the humanity. Just cuts to footage of John traveling back in time and sabotaging the delicate polymer skin of an airship filled with innocent civilians.
Yeah.
This is how you play Cuphead, right? Ah! Just screaming, burning people. This game makes me mad.
Video games are serious business, people. What's a video game?
Alright, let's do it. Right, Cuphead Race, done. Sorted.
No, oh, god damn it.
Come on, give me a plan. I don't want to do the little blueprint bit. Fair enough.
You don't really have to do it. You just walk in and go right to exit if you want.
Know.
Oh, I died. God damn it. Alright, well.
This one's pretty tricky. Rick Thomas looks like Owen is the all-time winner. Well, I think if John does travel back in time and destroy the Hindenburg, killing innocent people, it's a moral victory.
For me?
No. For me.
Oh, well, let's not go too far. Remember, it was your idea.
Here's a real high-class.
I don't believe it. Alright, let's see. So we still got the...
Fuck you, cow. Fuck you, cloud cow.
Oh yeah, the cloud bit.
Cloud cow, would that just be a cloud?
What are you talking about, Jonathan?
You know, a cow that's a cloud. It's a cloud.
Oh, it got me. This one is pretty tough.
Oh,
the
God.
Hildeberg one.
Yeah, I died again. Look, I'm not crazy, alright? Like, people make weirder...
That's the bit I hate. Just before she goes into the clouds, when she gets you with the... Oh, when she just gets you on the way back.
Yeah, I just got hit with that myself. Fuck you, cow!
See, I got quite good at these, but it's the trickiness of just kind of zen, not 100% looking at your character.
Yeah, there's a certain point where you just kind of have to just let your eyes cross.
Right.
And just go for it.
And I'm not there yet.
No.
The first time, what really screwed me up was the haas, which it took me ages to realize were actually flying into me.
Right.
I mean, they always get me anyway, the stupid haas.
Yes.
And after a while, you
heard it here, folks. Owen hates laughter.
I hate this one. Oh, the green ones. Okay, right, that's the cow down. Sometimes it's not the cow first, though, isn't it?
No, sometimes it's...
It's like, oh, I already forgot.
There's like they have, like, the twins, and then, the hunter.
I love the animation on the,
Oh, come on.
The hunter. I think it's supposed to be Cupid, right?
Maybe. Well, no, they're all astrological signs, so it's probably Sagittarius.
Cupid's an astrological sign. What are you talking about? The sign of love, Jonathan.
You're an astrological sign.
Oh, damn it. She got me.
I would love to be an astrological sign. Not that I believe in that shit at all, but I would just like at one point some. Yeah, and some people be like, oh, oh, I'm a Sagittarius. Well, I'm an Aquarius. I'm a John.
Like Charlie Brown.
Exactly.
John, I never mentioned it, but I finally saw that Peanuts movie.
It's good, isn't it?
It was so good. They found a way of being true to the original while still feeling fairly modern, I thought. And also kind of getting everything you would expect from a Peanuts movie into the film, you know?
Yeah.
Without dwelling on, like, too many of, like, the famous bits. Like, Lucy's psychiatrist stand was there, but it wasn't, like, a huge running thing.
Right.
And the football and stuff. It was good.
My favorite bit of that whole movie was when they do the Snoopy in the Red Baron behind enemy lines bit again.
Right.
Because they do that bit in an old Charlie Brown special. The exact same thing, but in the movie they do it again, but then they show everyone watching him in the real world.
Right. It was a good film.
Yeah.
What I liked was, over the years, the Peanuts specials got a little Snoopy heavy, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Snoopy's in this film, and he's, you know, they treat him like a... Oh, damn it, I got one of the bloody UFOs. I was so close to the end as well.
Get you every time.
They,
Oh, come on!
They put everything in this movie that fans of Peanuts would want to see, but they didn't let all the stuff like, oh, Snoopy, he's adorable, get in the way of making this a movie about Charlie Brown and the kids, which is what a Peanuts movie should be, really.
Right.
I thought that was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed the whole premise of the plot of him deciding as a book report he'll read War and Peace because he's heard it's the best book ever written.
Yeah.
And he actually reads the entire thing and writes an insightful book report on it.
I still haven't seen I want to because I'm a glutton for punishment, but I still haven't seen Why Charlie Brown Why. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, the one where someone dies of cancer.
Or I don't know if she dies, but she has cancer.
That's the different one.
That's the director's cut. Oh, come on!
The problem is, those titles have been parodied so often that it just leads itself to jokes. Like, every time I see one, it's like, it's Christmas Charlie Brown, and you see the whole list of them at the stores, like, lined up in the specials. I always want to, like, print off special covers for, like, it's a Nuremberg trial, Charlie Brown. It's war crimes. It's a war crime, Charlie Brown.
I'm waiting for. Let's build a wall, Charlie Brown.
Mexico's gonna pay for it, Charlie Brown. It's proto-fascism, Charlie Brown.
It's the God Emperor. It's the God Emperor himself, Charlie Brown.
It's the God Emperor of Dune, Charlie Brown. He who controls the spice controls the universe, Charlie Brown. Oh my god. That was not a good run. I was laughing too much at Charlie Brown jokes.
The sleeper has awoken, Charlie Brown.
Through a mirror darkly, Charlie Brown. It's not actually about spotting trains, Charlie Brown. Choose life. Choose a job. Choose... So on and so forth. Charlie Brown.
The whole time it's just Woodstock. This Woodstock running down the street.
I've developed my new favorite interest, by the way, which is to listen to, like, jazz pieces of music with, like, trumpets in, but pretend it's a single being released by an adult from the Charlie Brown universe.
Wow, listen to the range on them.
Oh my god, I'd forgotten what the twins did. Oh, damn it.
Oh, it's a little sun thing.
Are you still on Hildeberg, or have you got past her?
Yes.
I've got to the moon once.
I've gone to the moon twice. I've been to 3 times. My uncle works for the moon.
My uncle works for the moon. He says there's going to be a whole new season this year, and they're doing something really cool with tides. But he's not allowed to talk about it. He wasn't even supposed to tell me, so I can't tell you anything else.
Yeah. The only ones that get to go are me and my girlfriend from Canada. I'm feeling it this time around. I'm feeling it.
Okay, I just get the big
Oh,
super
God
effect on him.
damn it.
I love the little Popeye-inspired animation as you change to the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the twins again.
Come on. Come on. Got it. Die! Die, Hildeberg, die! Rick Defense says, stabbing is wrong, Charlie Brown. Hello,
I'm at the
Bendy
moon
Junior
phase.
Gamer and Dark Side Friends. Is there a whole group of you, or something?
Hello, everybody. We're playing a little bit of... Whoa!
Cuphead.
Cuphead, we're doing a little race. It's the first person to... What's his name? Oh, damn it! So have you done it, or did you just get to the moon phase again?
I did it.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh god, another running gun.
Oh, is it the one with the bugs?
Yeah.
I suck at that one. That one's pretty rough.
It's good music though.
I love the soundtrack on this game.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack is probably one of the better parts. I mean, I think the game, all in all, it's a triumph.
It really is, and I think everybody really enjoys it. But I have to say, I like that if you're a fan of old cartoons, how much pleasure there is just noticing little influences. You know,
right?
Like I used to love old Popeye cartoons as a kid, and this is. It's like going back to that world. Popeye and Betty Boop, you know?
You know, those were the cartoons I never really actually cared for. I mean, I love how this looks, but I don't particularly have a love for the, what are they called? What's the company that did them? Because they were East Coast while Disney was West Coast. And anyways, there's a specific company that made all these type of cartoons, but they're terrifying. They're legit like terrifying.
Oh, I love these cartoons. Oh, those damn UFOs. Those are what are getting me every time.
I can't remember which one it was, but there's one of those cartoons, and I remember it just scared the living Jesus out of me when I was a kid. Something about hell, like this puppy goes to hell or something. You know, because he was drinking and smoking in the pool halls, you know, with the sinners, and but yeah, they go to hell, and they, you know. it's legitimately kind of spooky, you know.
Well, I always think it's interesting because Betty Boop were in a lot of these, and you know the song "Minnie the Moocher" by, is it Cap Calloway? It was that did Minnie the Moocher. It's in probably more famous from the Blues Brothers these days. But that song became famous because the entire song features in a Betty Boop cartoon. It's the one with the skeletons where they all
Yes.
go off and get executed.
Yes. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
But it's a similar vibe to that one. I think it's actually,
scary skeletons, shivers down your spine.
yeah,
Is that the
isn't-
same one?
No, that one's very similar. But this one's howdy 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 hi. In fact, they're ghosts.
yes.
They're not skeletons. They're ghosts, and
Yes.
all the
I
ghosts line up and then go to the electric chair. Howdy 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 hi, hooty 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 hooty, howdy howdy howdy. Oh. It's that damn UFOs. Now it's just the UFOs getting me now. I can get through the whole level, but not get past those UFOs.
Damn you, UFOs! I remember what you did to me. What you did to my butt.
You heard it here first, everyone.
You know, I'm kind of, I sort of believe that the whole like UFO and anal probe thing arose from basically rednecks not wanting to admit that they got bored, you know?
Right, well they do say in hospitals, don't they, that the most common thing people say is, "I slipped and I fell on it."
Right. Was that on Scrubs?
There is that one. And then there's
Yeah.
just the guy at the end of the montage who's like, "Yeah,
like,
I got bored."
Bored. Yeah.
There's a great episode of Father Ted where he explains this whole thing to Jugal. He says, people, you know, they always say they slipped and they fell, and they just don't want to admit that they put something up there. And then at the end of the episode, he slips and falls on a little model of the Eiffel Tower. And the next scene, they're just in the waiting room.
Let's see here. Sinister Minister says, have you ever been proed? Join Trump's Space Force.
I like to imagine that Trump's Space Force will be entirely populated by Quaid from from Independence Day.
Randy Quaid.
Right. No, not Quaid from Quaid. No,
That's what I thought you were going with. I was like, what? I was like,
what's amazing though is like, that character isn't called Quaid.
yeah, Quado.
But right, but he says Quaid, so you still knew who I was thinking of the
Yeah.
other time. Because nobody thinks of him as Quado, do they? They all just think of him as Quaid.
Here's a real high-class bout.
I was thinking it would have been like a nice dual role in that movie if when that guy had come out, it had been like Ronnie Cox as well. They'd put like a little twist in there. I think that's my favorite Ronnie Cox role. Guy who is so evil, he'll just turn off the air to the entire population of the planet he's governor of. 'Cause,
Right.
like, he's got some, like, he always plays in the 80s. He always played these massively disproportionately evil people. Like, I realize it's a satire, but in RoboCop, when he plays the executive who's so desperate to get his, like, military contract off the ground, he doesn't care that his robot kills everybody. And he also arranges to have his business rivals in the company also killed
Right.
for, like, a better chance of promotion. And he's pretty cool with that, all in all.
Yeah.
You know? He's, like...
Yeah, he's on board. You know?
And then he's the administrator of Mars, and he's just like, yeah, no, we just suffocate everybody, right?
Yeah.
Which is why it's very difficult to take him seriously in that episode of Next Generation he's in, where he's just supposed to... The end result is that he's actually nice, even though everyone thinks he's really strict. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Comes on board, takes over for Captain Picard for a while. Which I found out recently is because they wrote that episode to put pressure on Patrick Stewart from asking for more money next season. They were like,
Oh,
well,
God.
this is the season finale. We don't have to bring you back. Ronnie Cox can be captain of the ship.
Yeah, all right, got through that.
And I just think that would be great if they'd done that, and then the next season, because it's Ronnie Cox, they were like, what if the captain of the Enterprise now just starts killing people? You know, it is Ronnie Cox. Every time someone doesn't do an order, he just turns off the air, you know, and they all get mutations from bad air again. And then Riker's just got a little Quato under his skin-tight uniform. Data. Quaid. My name's not Quaid, sir. Lieutenant Commander Data. I mean Quaid.
Quaid.
Quaid. He takes a little breath before it. Quaid.
Now Quaid.
But everything else is normal. Like Guinan's there giving advice.
Oh, here it is. I've made it to Cagney Carnation.
So if I'm super fast and you have a hard time, I think you're gonna win this. I could be wrong.
Well, here's the thing. I did not have to do that running gun.
A great slam and then
Oh, fair enough. I got a chance to catch up. I mean, to be honest, I'm just having a really hard time beating the moon phase. I'm so out of practice with this. Doesn't help that I'm busy just thinking of Ronnie Cox single-handedly killing the crew of the Enterprise. One at a time for not following his orders. Meanwhile, Picard keeps like contacting Riker on the long-distance subspace to say, no, just give what was his name? Captain Jellicoe. Give him a chance. He's a good, noble man. Oh, he just killed Counselor Troy. He just pushed her down some stairs. Just give him a chance, number one.
Show some patience.
She was a terrible counselor anyway, number one. Why
We
was
were married. That was my wife.
why was she even a member of the bridge crew?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, what does she do in in moments of like, oh, red alert, quick, get the counselor. Like, I need to go. I need someone to help me with applying to a college.
this match will get red.
Hello to Yustin462. Welcome. How you doing? We're having a little bit of a Cuphead race right now. Normally we do a show every Monday. We're having a race. I'm very, very bad at this stage. I always was, to be honest. But we're doing okay. We're seeing who's the first one to defeat Cagney Carnation, which John has reached. And I imagine he's going to get there first. Call me crazy. But here's my number. Don't call me, baby. I want to see this show now. The killer captain of the Enterprise D. Commander Data, begin saucer separation. Okay, so you just stand there and hold the airlock while I finalize the procedure. Well, okay, Captain, I have no reason not to trust you, sir. Ah! I never learned what it truly meant to be human.
Like, this is it. This is what it means to be human.
Everything dies. Captain Picard, sir, I've been contacting you again to inform you that Captain Jellicoe has now bumped off 75% of the people on board the USS Enterprise. You have to contact the Admiral and get him off the ship. Oh, ho, 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 number one, your loyalty pleases me, but you really must learn to trust a different command structure. Number one.
All the children, they're all dead.
We're all carrying around little Quatos. He operates the ship. We're all restricted to cabins. He will only talk to our Quatos now. Number one. What is a Quato?
This! Ah! Wait.
Well, that's adorable, number one.
I didn't know you were with child.
I'm not judging. In the 24th century, there are all types of... Great. Captain Pickwaid.
A great clam and then some. You're up.
Like, oh, it's an adorable child you have, number one. Is this what you think childbirth is like?
This used to be my solar plexus. Solar plexus is a funny word.
I remember when we went to Planet Solar Plex. It was a good time.
That's not what these words mean. Why did I respect you? Enough of the insubordination, number one. Now put me on with Wesley.
He's dead.
Oh, righto. Dead serious about joining Starfleet Academy.
But you know what? Fine.
No, Wesley. I'm your father. Wait.
It's just Riker.
It's Riker's boy again.
Oh, are you babysitting?
A boy should have a hobby, Wesley. A job. Even though in the future we have no money.
It's
Teacher's responsibility.
It's just Riker wearing a sweater. Yes.
I'm Wesley Crusher. I'm the only person Captain Picard listens to, even though in theory he doesn't like you. I've missed you, Wesley.
Oh, Wesley.
You don't know how much this means to an old man.
Somehow I've become Michael Caine.
I'm flying a spaceship the size of a tangerine.
I had this dream that I'm in a cafe in France, and I look across, and I see Quado. He nods. I nod.
Shut up, Wesley. And then in the future we run into a bog sphere and it's just populated entirely by Captain Jellicos, just killing people. Just him, and the only other person on the ship is that other guy from RoboCop. I work for Dick Jones!
Hello, Cuphead and Puppet Roleplay. Welcome. Hey, if you guys are liking what you're hearing, which is terrifying, but if you're enjoying, please give us a like and subscribe. You know, we gotta do the shilling. You know.
Yeah, normally this is a show we do every Monday night. It's a slightly different show. But we're doing a sort of a Cuphead race, mainly because, I mean, this is pretty much just so we can talk about Cuphead a little bit and catch up with the fact because we didn't have a proper show this week. Because John was busy in IKEA, or if you are Swedish, IKEA.
My God. IKEA is a goddamn nightmare.
Are you just learning this? This is like common British conversation, how terrible IKEA is.
I've never been to an IKEA before, right?
But where do you get your flooplers?
I grow my own like a goddamn man.
That's my favorite thing about IKEA. You're like, oh, it's a desk, and it's called Stuven.
But seriously, like, everything about that place just really upset me. Like, the thing that actually really bothered me.
Better pop down to IKEA and get a bookcase called Ploppy.
Like, the thing that I think got me the most, that really, really upset me, was they have these stupid maps, right? To let you know, like, oh yeah, you're in section 15. If you keep going straight, you'll get to the other sections and blah blah blah. but the map shows it all in a straight line. But it's not a straight line. The store is, in fact, anti-straight line. Like,
Sure.
everything about it is like, nope. And then what really messes with you is that, so there's goddamn rules, all right? And one of the rules is, you know, in the world, one of the rules is if you see a door at a store that is a swinging door and has two little
At a weekend, it gets down with all the other doors' wives. Sorry.
but
Puts all the handles in a bowl. Sorry.
I win.
Hey, well done. I'm still doing Hildeberg, to be honest.
So, but it's like, okay, you see these type of doors, right, where they just swing freely, and they have the two little rectangle windows. Those in every other store are employee-only doors, right? Those are always the doors that you go, into the back.
Right, because it's how they load, like, warehouse stuff, right?
Right.
They push the trolleys.
In IKEA, those are the shortcuts. A store doesn't need shortcuts, all right?
Do you know what always
it just needs a path.
Do you know what always gets me about IKEA, right? The thing that I find quite distressing. So, the thing that is fundamentally the problem with IKEA, right, is that there is usually pretty much just one path through an IKEA, right? There are shortcuts, like you said, but there's one main path, right? The total length of that path is about 40 miles.
Yeah.
It's a very long path. And all along the way is filled with the illusion of comfortable places to stop. Like, oh, I could just stop in this bed for a little bit, but you can't. That's not your bed. It looks like it could be your bed. And you think maybe if I buy it, you can stop. But you're not allowed to stop. You see people, like, stopping to sit down in the furnishings, and they pretend they're just testing the chair in case they like it to buy it. But you know, they just can't go on. Did you see that video of those guys on YouTube that spent the night in IKEA secretly?
No.
They filmed themselves spending the night in an IKEA. They went to the IKEA, they waited till very near closing, then went to one of the displays and hid in a cupboard. And then waited till it had closed, and then got out and spent the night in one of the bed displays. And then at about 4 in the morning, had to quickly get back in the cupboard and leave. It was a really good video, though.
That's awesome. So, the thing that got me was, at one point, I'm eating. I haven't eaten all day. There was a point where, and the thing was packed, right? The IKEA I went to was just packed, right? So, not only am I on this road to affordable furniture and ruin, I am basically being ushered along. I'm being herded, and I know that's what's happening. Like, because there's no way I can turn around. I can't turn around and go back. Right? I know this.
Right.
But there was a couple in front of me, and the husband goes, "Hey, babe." I'm assuming they're husband and wife. They could just be boyfriend girlfriend. But he goes, "Hey, babe, why don't we go back and check out those kitchen tables again?" And she looked at him, put a hand on his shoulder, and in the most sincere voice I've ever heard in my life, go, "Sweetie, it's too late for that." It's like, what? Fucking what? It's like, we've gone too far. We've reached the point of no return. There's no more kitchen tables on our horizon. It's just nothing but affordable glassware.
Yeah, and the thing is, everybody can feel the same way, right? Because once you get to, like, the end of an IKEA trip, the tone of the entire business changes from... When you first get there, the feeling is very much a lot of people going, "Oh, look at this! This is neat," you know? But when you get towards the end of an IKEA, the vibe really changes to, like, Children of Men, right?
Right. just everyone... Cause yeah, when you get to the 1,000 checkout lines, once you get to that section, if you just look across at all the people standing in line ready to buy their shit, it's just shell shock. It
Right.
just looks like everyone has the 1,000-yard stare, and everyone is just defeated, and they realize that they have lost a part of themselves somewhere in that store, and they'll never get it back.
Well, it's like yeah, and moving through the lines, you know, like the opening scenes in Half-Life 2. Welcome. You have chosen, or have been chosen, to reside in this IKEA now.
Yep. Rick Defense says, I love IKEA and how many small parts and instructions and missing parts there are. He also says, turns out IKEA is just Warehouse 13's furniture section. Yeah, pretty much.
I like Warehouse 13. It's a good show.
Like, I swear to God, there was a point where I realized, you know, that I just got a little mixed up and confused. But there was a point where I swear that thing that they do in movies where I was looking at another section from where I was. I turned around and then turned back, and I was looking at a different section.
You actually been in a coma about 3 weeks.
Right? It was like a glitch in the Matrix. I was just like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, here he is, Cagney Carnation. I found him. I know you beat me, but I'm gonna go attempt him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remind myself how to do it. Did you go to the restaurant and have the meatballs that you can only get at IKEA?
I never actually found the restaurant. I got ushered right past it.
It's usually about halfway through, like a rest stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in the Oasis.
Right. Well, you know in like novels like Lord of the Rings or things like that, when characters are on an epic quest and about halfway through they find a place to you know, a little bit of hope before the darkness begins. It's like that.
Right. Right. How are the meatballs, though,
I
by
had
the way?
forgotten this pattern. But you know, they're actually really nice. They're pretty good.
I don't know if I'd feel okay, like...
Oh, he beat me.
I don't know if I'd actually want to pay, you know?
For anything from IKEA? No, sir.
Well, yeah.
You have taken your payment in emotional toil.
Like, well, especially the meatballs, right? Like, I don't know if I'd want to pay for the
Yeah, I don't want to
meatballs.
pay for food I have been served in a restaurant.
Well, it's just the idea of like I'm kind of glad I didn't find that restaurant, because I would have absolutely bought those fucking meatballs. But the thing is what they're doing is, yes, we have purposely set up our store to exhaust you and to make you hungry.
Because that's where they make their real profits. the little meatball hit on top of the furniture. That's where all the money really is, Jonathan.
But seriously, like that's that store. Like, here's the thing, right? I work at a casino, and the casino uses very similar tricks as IKEA. One, you can't see daylight when you're inside a casino, right? They do that on purpose, right? They do that on purpose. Two, the layouts of casinos are incredibly confusing, designed to make you walk past as many slot machines and tables as possible to leave. So does IKEA. Like, IKEA has took the casino philosophy of 4 layout and trickery and just amped it up and gave it a funny name.
Gave it a funny name. I don't think it is actually funny in Sweden.
Is that even Swedish names? Are those actual words? I thought they was all just fake words that sound Swedish.
No, they all are, as far as I know.
I will say, though, I went to IKEA and I ended up buying sponges and a grill pan.
What were you going for, by the way?
Nothing. That was the thing, right? So,
oh, that's the worst. Were you going because someone else wanted to go for something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no. That's the nightmare, because you spend the whole time. Like, at least if you want a bed, right, and you're going to IKEA for a bed, you'll probably get a nice bed. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's always someone who's like, no, well, we have to go and look at every single bed in the store, otherwise why have we come? Like,
Right.
yeah, good question. Why don't we just go to a nice furniture store that just sells furniture and has a selection of, say, 3 beds? And once we get the blankets on, nobody will know which bed we bought. It's fine.
You know what's actually really, really frustrating to me, though, about it? Is that going in, I did make one small suggestion to the person I was with. I was like, you know, actually, I could use a table, right? And what I described was maybe the most specific type of table you could ever come up with. I'm like, I want a table that folds up, but it's not a card table, all right? I need something that can fold up, that I can slide off to the side, and maybe it looks like a piece of furniture when it's folded up, like a shelf or something, you know? The most ridiculous and specific thing I could possibly think of. They fucking had one, man. They had one that met that specification completely. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Of course they did that. It's like, yeah, what was it called, though? That's the important question.
Let's see here. I think I actually have a picture of it.
It'd be called something like Dumply.
I wonder if I actually remember too.
It's always nice when you get there and they've got a piece of furniture that you like that's got your name. Because sometimes that happens too. There's been an Owen, but it was Owen with like an umlaut, so it would be like To be fair, I used to have a woodwork teacher who used to call me that anyway. Yeah, pretty much. I used to hate it. Because here's the thing, right? Like, this is a bugbear of mine. You probably don't get this too much because I would say there aren't too many, like, there aren't too many different ways of pronouncing Jonathan, right?
Right.
It's pretty standard Jonathan, right? And John.
Right.
Like, are there variations? You'll know better than I will, but are there variations with that? You don't get a lot of, like, Jones, you know?
No.
So, my name is...
Well, I mean, there's John, you know.
Right. My name is Owen.
Whatever you say, Oon.
But the amount of people who call me Owen, and I realize that's a subtle distinction, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is not my name.
It's not Owen.
It's Owen. It is not Owen. Owen.
Owen. Yeah.
So I think of it as like an aw and a win, like a combination of. It's not. I don't use an O sound. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But that's me, and I can live with like the O win. But I like a win at the end of it. That's my name. I don't like.
Just really want that win, guys.
So when I was a kid and I first tried to write my own name, I would spell it O-W-I-N, right? And I had to be told it has an E in it, right? I don't like it spelled as if it has an E or a U. I don't like it pronounced as if it was spelled with an E or a U, you know?
Right.
That's not my preferred pronunciation. But what I've learned over the years is, even though that's not my name, and I know how my name is pronounced, if you try and explain to someone, no, I'm sorry, that's not how my name is pronounced, their attitude is, because they've heard that pronunciation enough, they get to pronounce it however they like, because that's an accepted pronunciation. But I've heard people be like people whose names are like Lisa to Lisa, right? That's as subtle a distinction as what we're talking about, right? But if it was that, they wouldn't give a shit, you know?
So I found the table. It's called a Norden. N-O-R-D-E-N.
Like Ed Norton?
Yes, Edward Norden. He's apparently a gate leg table.
It's made of Ed Wood.
Ah!
Sorry, that's terrible. I'm determined to actually defeat Cagney Carnation this time. I go into the section where he puts the...
Yeah, it's not much longer once you get to that point.
Oh, I know. I'm just zoning out. It's like midnight for me here.
Let's see here. Retro says, "What's up, guys? Not much. Well, I mean, we're not really doing the race anymore. I won, but we were doing a race to beat Cagney Carnation here in Cuphead. And it looks like Owen is just on him now, so we'll go until Owen wins.
I didn't do great.
Yeah, here.
I'm not playing at my Cuphead best.
The real mystery says or asked, "Are you excited for the DLC coming out?"
Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good.
Any DLC or Cuphead DLC specifically?
I think they probably mean the Cuphead one, right?
Yeah, I'm kidding. Okay, I know what you meant. Yeah, no, I haven't finished. I still haven't even finished all of normal Cuphead. So, but yeah, if it's more Cuphead, like I've been enjoying it so far, even though I haven't
I'm
beat
very
it
looking
yet.
forward to the abnormal Cuphead DLC.
It just becomes a first-person shooter. Just the Cuphead MMO. Fuck that! I would play it. I would play a Cuphead MMO.
Cuphead Online.
Yeah.
No, because it'd be the same as all other cash-in MMOs. It'd be made by the same people who made DC Universe Online.
Right.
And Star Trek Online. I know they aren't even the same people, but it would be that engine.
Right. Like Cuphead Online, CHO. And you play Cho? You play Cho?
That'd be good. And they would have like a sub-fan base of Harry Potter fans. Can't believe they're gonna laugh out of you. That's terrible.
Like, what do you main? What do you main? Oh, I've been maining a Tumblr lately. Just...
A thimble.
Really? Because I decided to go. I decided to go with the Karoff.
So I've been listening to a podcast, and considering this show used to be a podcast, occasionally I have to, I feel it's good, a good place to mention podcasts, but I can really, really recommend it. It's called My Dad Wrote a Porno, and it's a British show. It's about three friends. One of them, in the opening episode, he tells the story about his dad basically saying, in retirement, telling him, "I've written a novel. Would you like to read it?" And so he gets it. It's self-published on the Kindle store, and it's an erotic novel, if erotic is the right word.
Right.
And it's the worst, trashiest, just worst written, awful sex book, basically. Very explicit, very badly written sex book. And in this podcast, they read it out a chapter a week.
Nice.
And he's on, because the podcast has been a bit of a hit, a lot of people have been buying the book, so he's now on book 3. But it's really good. But in the episode I was listening to last, they basically, so the main character is what we call Belinda, who works in, I think she's HR or PR for a company called Steel Pots and Pans. And so a lot of the books are these weirdly explicit, like sadomasochistic workplace sex scenes, interspliced with like these long, boring, no sex chapters about regional sales meetings. And it's a really funny podcast. I can really recommend it. But in the episode,
and he coated her with his man gravy. And next quarter, the sales projections look like...
Right. That's exactly what it's like. Full of like the worst similes. One of the running jokes is a reference to one of the early episodes where he said, her breasts hung like pomegranates. So it's really worth listening to the podcast. I really recommend people doing it. But the reason I mentioned it is the episode I just listened to, there was a like a conference that developed into like an auction, a slave for 12 hours auction to raise money for charity. And the auctioneer said, and all the girls tonight will have a safe word, and as usual the safe word will be thimble, because it stops the pricks. It's really worth listening to. Great podcast. My Dad Wrote a Porno. You should check it out.
Rick Defend, or Rich Often, sorry.
No, it's
I
Richtofen.
always say Richtofen because like
It's Richtofen. It's as in Baron Richtofen, the
Okay.
Red Baron. You know.
Okay.
That was his
I
name.
always say Richtofen, like it's a medicine. You know,
It does sound like. Yeah.
like I have some sinus problems. Better take
Richtofen.
myself.
When you come down with Allied pilots. It's what they used to give women after the Air Force had been in town. All right, I'm not getting Cagney Carnation done tonight. I think he's defeating me.
You can do it, Owen. I believe in you.
All right, go on. I'll try and focus in on a little bit.
Yeah. You always spend the night with a sailor. Richtofen. Plan B. But yeah, Richtofen says Cuphead 2: The War Between the Cups and the Bowls. Oh, don't get me started on bowls. Retro says, Cho, LOL. Cuphead Online would be lit. Fuck yeah, I would. I'm gonna start a Kickstarter.
Well, I'm quite sad Cuphead just doesn't have online as it is.
Sinister Messenger says Rick of 10, 7 of 9.
That's fine, so long as Richtofen goes everywhere wearing a skin-tight Lycra bodysuit from now on.
I mean, that's how I always pictured him.
Oh yeah, me too, but you know, I'd never verbalized it.
A great slam and then some.
No, I'm gonna start a Kickstarter to try to raise $10,000 to send a letter to the developers of Cuphead asking them to do an MMO.
No, just why don't you just raise a Kickstarter to just remake Cuphead as an MMO? Because you know so much better, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Have you seen the poster going around for that? By the way.
Oh, the Star Wars thing?
Yeah. It's really great. It's Luke Skywalker's like ripped, and he's got like an open chest and a lightsaber in one hand and a magnum in the other. And Rey is Leia's in the slave Leia outfit from Return of the Jedi.
Rey's she's still old.
Yeah, Rey's at a stove making cookies, and Snoke stood in front of an overhead projector, giving a little presentation that says, "My plans, my origin." This is like the Last Jedi remake by a bunch of guys on the internet.
Rick Defin says, how'd you know what clothes I wear? And Liz then responds, I think he knows where your bed sleeps.
I mean, it wasn't so much knowledge as a hope.
we take a invested interest in our viewers. Yes, we know more about all of you than you would ever care to know.
Saying that. It's true. We don't give the whole thing away. What you don't know about streaming on YouTube is if you can see what we're doing, we can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think Baron von Richthofen was in that Biggles film I was telling you about.
Oh, God.
I really want you to watch Biggles, because Biggles was one of my childhood movies. It was so bad.
I'm just sitting in the Dice house listening to the song. Oh, Mr. King Dice, don't mess with me.
We should be watching the Biggles movie, Jonathan. Watch Biggles.
Biggles.
I realize Biggles doesn't have much traction in the U.S. Where he should, because he was. Well, I mean, he has traction in the UK and around the world where people respect World War I pilots in bizarrely racist children's movies involving time travel. But still.
That's incredibly specific.
It is such a bad movie. I would watch it again. I want to watch Biggles again now. It's one of those things where, you know, when they make movies of old properties and you're like, wow, they've managed to make a movie that people who like Biggles will hate and people who've never heard of Biggles will hate. You know what I mean? When they make a property and they go, wow, they've managed to make it so in such a way that it pleases nobody. It's one of those films.
Right. It's like they've managed to alienate everybody.
It is weird when you're a kid, though, what you like. Like, I for a long time, and I think a lot of people, this is one of those misapprehensions I think a lot of people still have, but I was corrected as I got older. I was corrected in recent years upon attempting to rewatch it, but I used to operate under the misapprehension that the 1980s Flash Gordon movie was actually really good. And it's not. It's actually a really bad movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's trying to be deliberately camp, so fair enough. You know, I won't hold that against it, but it's not good. I mean, is that like the only movie Timothy Dalton's terrible in? Like, he's a great actor, but he is bad in that. And then the whole thing of like the guy who played Flash Gordon had to have his voice dubbed over, so it's not even his voice.
Right.
Have you seen Ted yet?
No, I haven't actually.
He's in that. He's a significant character in that movie, by the way. The
Flash Gordon?
The actor who plays Flash Gordon in the Flash Gordon movie.
Nice.
Because when they're kids, their favorite movie is Flash Gordon. And because Mark Wahlberg's character is trying to grow up, Ted is required to move out and get a place of his own because he's cramping his style and holding him back. He holds this huge housewarming party, and the actor that plays Flash Gordon turns up randomly and brings a ton of cocaine.
So I am firmly convinced, speaking of old 80s blonde actors, I am 100%...
That's the topic we were on.
I am 100% convinced that the only reason that we ever got that series Cobra Kai is because of How I Met Your Mother. What is
this going to do with the 80s? Oh, Doogie Howser.
Right. Well, no, because okay, I'm thinking of Zuko, Danny Zuko.
Well, I've never seen How I Met Your Mother, so this is not that useful to me.
Well, there's a running bit through the whole thing that Neil Patrick Harris's character Barney is convinced that Johnny is the good guy in the movie. No one's ever explained to him that Daniel-san is the good guy in that movie.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So he's convinced that that the movie is told from the villain's point of view, and that's why he thinks it's a good movie. But at a certain point, they actually get Danny Zuko on the show, and they at length discuss like how he believes that Johnny was the good guy too. And I firmly believe that it's because of that bit that someone finally went, well, what if we did make a Karate Kid series and center it around Johnny instead of Dan?
It's really funny. Well, it would be a more interesting film, wouldn't it? Like, when I was a kid, all people used to talk about was the Karate Kid. I'd never seen it. When I finally saw that movie, what a lousy film that was.
Oh, yeah. Rick Dolphin says, bye, guys. See you later. See you later, Rick. Have a good one. Gamer Lad says, hey! Long time no see, my buddies. Hello. And Liz says, hey! Smiley face. Hello, everyone. But yeah, no. The Karate Kid, not that great of a movie. Like, that is... I mean... I think all 80s movies are kind of fucking terrible.
I'm done. I'm out. I'm not getting the...
Okay.
It's midnight. I'm not going to get any better at it tonight.
All right. But no, I think all 80s movies are pretty terrible, actually. I
think some are pretty good. I think Batteries Not Included is really good.
For 80s for movies is fueled purely by nostalgia. Like,
no, bullshit. Some are really good. Batteries Not Included, Short Circuit 2, maybe not Short Circuit 1, but Short Circuit 2 is fantastic. I was going to say E.T., but I don't really like E.T. that much. I think E.T. is really overrated. Flight of the Navigator, that's good.
Top Gun.
No, I don't like Top Gun. Cocoon.
Top Gun's amazing.
Cocoon.
Cocoon.
Didn't you ever want to see Jessica Tandy getting it on?
Well, yeah, but like, how did you know what my Pornhub searches were?
Sinister Minister's Mac and Me. Yeah. Mac and Me.
Yeah, I think they I think
off the top of my head, I can't remember what Mac and Me is. I'm sorry.
I can't sit through the Goonies. I've tried to
No,
watch
I don't
that
like the
a
Goonies.
handful of times. I think it's terrible.
Speaking of Something in Me, what was that? Do you remember that kid show from when we were kids? I think it was actually a Christian TV show about the guy who was friends with a cartoon character.
I don't know.
Cartoon character.
I don't remember that at all. That might be a British thing.
Was it like McGee and Me? Oh, I'm gonna look it up. It had a name like Mac and Me. McGee and Me! Okay, yeah. The Adventures of McGee and Me is an American Christian television show. It started... Oh, it's from 1995. Oh, 1989 to 1995. As a kid, I didn't realize it was a Christian TV show, but I used to love this show. His friend was a little cartoon character. It's pretty bad, though.
Mac and Me. What is that movie? That sounds familiar.
That I do know what it is. It's the E.T. knockoff where E.T. looks like a little goblin.
Right.
What about Big?
What about
Big's pretty good.
I don't really care for Big.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Was that? I guess
That was like 89. Even though that one is 89, that's a 90s movie, really, isn't it? It's that borderline period. All right. Well, Indiana Jones, they were 80s movies.
I guess. But like when you hear people really talk about like the movies they're nostalgic over from the 80s, they're always really kind of terrible. I think you hear people talk about the Karate Kid, and you hear people talk about
Who Rogered the Rabbit? That's
that's the version I filmed in my basement.
Yeah, that's why I'm not allowed to keep animals anymore.
They've banned me from the pet shop.
So what do you think about... Okay, what do you think about the other, like, the dark fantasies from the 80s? Because I used to like those as a kid, but as an adult, like, my girlfriend never really watched those. She mostly watched, like, Disney movies. So I've tried to show her movies like Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal, and they don't have a lot of traction with her, but I used to like those movies a lot.
I never cared for them really either. I would say so.
I like Labyrinth, but as an adult, I actually find the Dark Crystal very hard to watch, just to get through. It is quite a slow movie. The only thing I like in the Dark Crystal is just to skip to all of Chamberlain's scenes.
So you know what's fucking crazy? They put out a comic book. It's long, but it's like it basically told like the creation myths of the Dark Crystal world.
Yeah. Oh.
And they are unnecessarily complex and dark as shit.
Do you know what my favorite franchise that did that was?
What's that?
There's a whole follow-up series of novels to the movie Willow.
Oh, yeah.
They tell the story of Elora Danan's rise to being an actual powerful sorceress, and Willow gets a new name and essentially becomes this, like, elderly mentor mage. And they are really, really, really serious. And I've always thought about going back to read them, because as a kid, I loved Willow. Like, I really loved that film. But... yeah...
I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
It's... So there's this comedy show here written by Ricky Gervais, starring Warwick Davis. It's like
the travel thing.
No, that's Idiot Abroad.
Idiot Abroad, yeah.
But that doesn't have... Well, Warwick Davis has been in those, but it's a... This is called Life's Too Short, and it's a a pretend documentary, you know, that kind of a mockumentary following.
Sure.
And there's a scene where it goes to his office, and he points to a poster on the wall of Willow, and he says, Willow, that was probably my biggest feature. Cost $300 million to make, and very nearly made all of that back. And that's what I always think of when people say they haven't seen Willow. So the funny thing is, when George Lucas was trying to get the rights to Flash Gordon, he couldn't. So he went away and he made Star Wars. And that's his Flash Gordon movie, but without Flash Gordon. Then he tried to get the rights to Lord of the Rings, and he couldn't. And he made Willow. And it's not very much like Lord of the Rings.
No.
It's a pretty good film. It's got a good sense of humor to it. Val Kilmer's in it as a hilarious guy. It's got this really odd mix. So Val Kilmer plays this, the greatest swordsman of the kingdom. But he's also like this piece of shit that nobody likes. He goes from one crappy job to another. Warwick Davis plays Willow, who's a little dwarf from a society of dwarfs who find a human baby washed up on the shores, and the rest of the people in the town think she's cursed and brought bad luck on them, so they try and take her back to other humans. And she's the chosen one, basically, and the evil queen's looking for her because she's prophesied to take down the kingdom. And Willow meets up with Val Kilmer, and Val Kilmer says they let him out of this cage because they find him as a prisoner, and let him take care of this baby and say, I'll entrust her with my life. And the next time they bump into him, he's lost her, and he's pretending to be a woman hiding out in a brothel to get away with the fact that he's been sleeping with someone's wife. And the baby was immediately stolen by pixies. And he just doesn't give a shit that he's lost it. I mean, it's an interesting movie. And from there it goes to, it has these weird action sequences interspliced with these weird comedy sequences. So there's a moment where there's a scene where they're on top of a mountain. They're on a snowy mountain, hiding out in a town at the top, and get attacked.
Is Captain Kirk climbing a mountain?
Not quite. They get attacked by the villains, and they have to escape. And Willow gets put on a shield and sleds down the hill. Val Kilmer's character follows, but trips and falls, and starts rolling down this hill. And so Willow's got this exciting action sequence where he's sliding the shield to the bottom, and then when he finally gets to the bottom and they've escaped, he looks around, and when you roll a snowman and it just turns into like a big cylinder with snow at the side? At this point, Val Kilmer's character's just this huge barrel of snow. It's a weird movie. It has this weird, odd tone, but I think it works. I've always really liked it. Hello to Panda Potato Animation in Minecraft. We're just finishing up the chat before we move on, so we're lingering on the map screen there.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah, we'll probably actually wrap up here pretty soon.
You know what we should do? We should replace our we should replace the Simpsons show we were going to do with a movie commentary show. We'll go away and we watch movies, and then we do episodes where we do an actual commentary, almost like a commentary track talking about the movie, or just a movie review show. We could do Willow and other movies.
I'll be down with it. But, how about, I don't know, anything else? I'm ready to wrap up here.
No, I'm done. I'm ready for sleep myself.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. This kind of impromptu stream. I know it's not our normal show, but for those of you who don't know, we do a live show every Monday, usually, assuming nothing has come up or whatnot. So, yeah. For all intents and purposes, we should be back next week on Monday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
But until then, where can they find you, Owen?
Go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Owen Adams. And where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter, which is @JohnCPerson, or right here on this channel. All my content's right here.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.